Good morning and happy Wednesday. I wanted to say Thursday, but it's Wednesday. Anyway, I broke my rules pretty fast into the session yesterday. I traded NQ and also hit over 2 losses, but I just kept going. So I didn't feel emotional at the time, but it was definitely emotional. I really wanted that data low, which doesn't mean much for success in trading. So we eventually came back for that later in the day. I also feel like I'm either bearish or bullish, and I forget about range-ish. So that's another issue I've been working through. That and my sizing. So I've been noticing that every day I'm taking wins. However, the profits aren't enough that I don't take them. So what is enough? I mean, I spoke with ChatGPT about this mindset, and he said that it's quite common to not have the emotional satisfaction from a trade with the dollar amount. So the best thing you can do is size up to change your psychology. He mentions sizing up without over leveraging and to get to a sweet spot where you can take the profits on your moves and be happy and walk away, but also hold good risk management. As humans, I find we are taught very interesting concepts about money. We don't realize it, but it plays out in a lot of areas of our life. If we were trading for stars or poo emoticons, then maybe our psychology would be different. But because it's money, it really changes how we think and how we feel. So this is the part of the journey that I'm on. Let's get this today. So we can start on the 1 day. We have some pretty good session liquidity today. So yeah, looking at these candles, we've kind of just been chopping. We can't break the high. We didn't break the previous high yesterday. We had a pretty big bearish candle. And now we're just kind of got an inside bar. I think that's what that's called. No fair value gaps on the daily. No fair value gaps on the 4 hour, at least not on NQ. We do have one on ES right here, but we closed above it, and then we've got this little tiny one. I don't really like the tiny fair value gaps, but it seemed to have worked regardless. Oh, maybe it's here. It's here, but that's from a couple days ago. We are rejecting out of a 1 hour fair value gap. Very tiny again. I don't think there's one on NQ. No. And then we can go down to the 15 minutes. This is what I use to mark my levels. So we have the Asia open. We did gap down, but we filled that pretty quick. So yeah, just an Asia open. We have a kill zone low, but we swept that on ES. No London sessions, kind of just been chop here. And then we have some liquidity lines, so pre-market, and then another one here. I didn't label them pre-markets because there was 2 of them, so I'll just leave it with the liquidity sign. So then down to our 1 minute, we did have news at 8:30. It's this candle here, but there's no wick. So if you follow Dodgy's teachings on liquidity, then it's the wick. It's the big wick, small bodies that really creates those data highs and lows. So I'm not going to mark that as a session liquidity. I could mark this. But again, if we're going to be trading between VWAP, then I'm just going to sit out because that creates a lot of issues for me. A lot of people, especially ICT traders, said that they don't believe in VWAP, but if we look at yesterday's session, like, what did we do? VWAP held us up for the whole New York session. We didn't end up breaking it until the end, so VWAP is a strong level for me, regardless of what other people say or think. So yeah, look, this was yesterday's session. VWAP, VWAP, VWAP. Oh, okay, maybe now we'll break it. So and then we can look over at bookmap. So our CBD, here, I'll let you guys see NQ. Oh, NQ bookmap. So our CBD is green on both. Let's check this here. Oh, we don't have our large time frame CBD. Oh yeah, we do. Okay, it's still green, just changed a little bit. But you can see we have spoofing here. So spoofing here, spoofing here, spoofing here, spoofing here. And every time we spoof, it pushes price down. And then we lift it, it goes up, it comes again, pushes price down. We lift it, it comes up a little bit. So something just to watch for with our trades. So what we're going to look for at market open is the first 5 minutes, and we're going to create a box. And then we're going to wait for the next 15 minutes, mark that out. We're going to see what liquidity we take at open. We've kind of just been pumping at open. So we'll see. We also have FOMC later, which I feel like created all this range yesterday because our move didn't really happen till the afternoon. And then if we look at FOMC, not much really happened. It was the rate one too, which I thought would have changed the market, but it was just really kind of lackluster yesterday. So about 3 minutes here. Actually, only 2 minutes. One thing I'm really liking about Alex's bookmap setup is, can you see it?
Stop NQ sell.
No, it's not changing. Anyway, he's got these absorptions here, and we can see that buyers are really absorbing price around the 37 area. So here, here, yeah, somewhere here, buyers are really stepping in. We saw that yesterday too. Actually, I missed it on the map. So if I had seen it on the map, I wouldn't have been trying to go short as much. So today I am using Sim. I'm just going to use Sim until I'm just going to use Sim for a while now. Just get my profits going. So that's kind of the stage I've been at for a while, and I find that a lot with micros is that there's, especially if you're trading ES, there's not a lot of profit. And while you can hold good risk management, if you're not taking your profits and you're taking losses or break evens, then it really still will decimate your account. I used to trade with minis, but I lost a lot, and I would find I'd make $400 one day, and then the next day I'd lose $1,200. So the scale really wasn't working out for me, but that was over a year ago. I sized down to micros maybe less than a year ago, maybe last September. So I'm just going to play around with my sizing. I'm not in any rush to rush this process. Lots of stories of people losing a lot. I've met lots of people in Discords that take huge payouts and then just go on just huge losing streaks. So yeah, we came down again. Look, right down to that 37 level. All those buyers are still there. We could say this is a liquidity sweep. I'm pretty sure Dodgy would count that as one. Yesterday he had a 1 minute liquidity sweep with a 30-second IFEG. All right, so we came down. Buyers really held that area, which we have been seeing on the heat map. Exactly that, literally exactly that 37 level. So today I'm gonna trade with, let's try 7 micros. And you know, I've been thinking about it too. If I'm having trouble sticking to my rules, then maybe they're not good rules. So maybe they're good in theory, but in practice it's different. And I've always been really good with theory. I can always learn theory. I can talk about stuff like a professional, whether it's painting or photography or trading, but it's always been the execution where I struggle. So we're gonna do another push down here. That's from this morning. But this wick, these wicks tell us everything. Sellers come down, buyers come up, close the price here, buyers come in here, sellers push price down, close here, and now we're having SMT. So on NQ, we've got this level. Oh, hit aligns with bookmap. So we got this level here that's pretty strong. This kill zone area has already been swept on ES, which might be why we're seeing such SMT. Okay, huge orders. 45 right here. Oh, right here. That's literally at open price. New York market open price. So really big sellers. Really big sellers pushing down price for now. And our CBD is flipped on NQ. It's now red. Cumulative volume delta, which means are people going long or are people going short?
Absorption NQ buyers.
So there we have some SMT. Okay, now ES is taking that. Got about another 30 seconds here till our opening range is created. So we like to keep our charts clean.
Iceberg NQ sell.
Let's just see how this candle ends. About 15 seconds. We'll see if it's a clean sweep on ES. Or if we are really gonna close below that level. Okay, perfect.
Stop NQ buy.
So the good
Stop
thing
NQ
is
buy.
now we're below VWAP. We haven't created any, well, we have on NQ, we have some fair value gaps. Still loading the 3 minute. So those orders are still here. We might want to try to come up for them. Which is the top of our opening range. sing songs like this to my son.
Dying. Mom, what? You could bleed down the street or get stuck in a mine. You could get...
Alright, so those orders are still there. Pulling price up for now. Another thing that I did yesterday was that we kept building orders and oh, they're gone now. You don't even see the leftover. Oh, it's right here. It's because there's an iceberg on there. So yesterday we kept having those big blocks. We'd come up, we'd take them, we'd reverse. And then when I went for the reversal, we actually went further. So it's kind of annoying. So just watching. Yeah, so we have a 3-minute. Not much else. It's about 5 minutes. So yeah. So we inverse the 3-minute. Swept liquidity. Inverse the 3-minute. Go long. This 3-minute candle ends. It's another issue I've been doing. Just trading on the 3-minute, but then canceling my order on the 1-minute. Come on, show me. Oh, it has been working. Not today, I guess. Ah, there we go. 8:38. Okay. Oh, that's huge. Two minute. Oh, we got a huge one here. All right, we'll work with the 3-minute.
Stop and Q buy.
Show me. Oh, there we go. 39. What time is this on? 36. Okay, I must have read it wrong. 39. So 3 minutes. Take a look on the 1-minute. You could take a short here, but I'm not seeing many reasons to. And look, that's really just covering up that. Okay, we have orders building here. Lots of heat-ish on NQ, but nothing really that I like. Oh, okay. I see the spoofing coming in. I feel like if we were going to inverse it, we would have inversed it on this candle. So, having gotten to the part in Dodgy's boot camp where he actually talks about his strategy, mostly what I've been watching is he's going through other strategies and telling you why they don't work, which has been very helpful because I started with supply and demand, and I really didn't like how the zones were so huge and you didn't know where to enter. And that's basically what he said in his boot camp. So I was like, cool. And then he talks about trend lines and all these things that I've been trying to trade.
Stop and Q buy.
I don't know how worthy this inverse is going to be now. Got another minute and a half on this one. 39. No, that's going to close here. Yeah. Not an inverse I would take. So about another minute and a
Sweet
bit
ES
until our
sellers.
opening
Sweet
range is
ES
created.
sellers. Absorption ES buyers. Absorption ES buyers.
Can see some spoofing. ONQ has some pretty big orders right where price is, right here. Those all just came on the books. So we would have, okay, almost 3 5-minute candles now. I'm gonna delete this. I'm not gonna take that 3-minute inverse. It's not good enough. Not A plus. Boing, a tiny little candle.
Absorption NQ sellers.
It's looking better on NQ than it is on ES. There you go. It's probably just because of VWAP. And unless we get a really huge pump, our ranges are going to be the same. Which I find helpful. I don't need to mark it. Which I find helpful, but when you have VWAP right in between. Yeah, look how slowly we're to inverse. So consolidation, orders above and below price, 650, 635. So basically this high and this low. We had a really nice bounce here. No 5-minute fair value gaps. Come on, break the range, break the range. Can we see this moving order yet? No, it's still covered.
Stop NQ buy.
So maybe going for that 660 level. Liquidity above. So we did end up inversing that 3. Now NQ's tapping back into the inverse. Okay. Let's try it. I'm gonna buy here. I'm gonna hold my stop. That's a huge stop. Okay, we'll sell a couple here. So that's what we should deliver to.
Stop NQ buy.
Oh, ES made it there first. ES never retested the inverse though. But the thing is that, oh look, all of it on NQ is gone. That 30 level. Alright, so now that it's gone, if NQ comes back to break even, then I will exit. So yeah, look, just the way we did that, it tells you that the liquidity is there. Pump. And then immediately we are being pushed down. So sell stops come in. However, our price magnet is gone. Yes, close strongly above this. But yeah, anyway, I haven't gotten to the point in Donji's course where he talks about re-entering. I know that the inverse fair value gap is people can take it as it's aggressively trading through, but the conservative traders wait for the close above and then the retest. But I see a lot of his plays where they don't do that.
Stop and Q buy.
Okay, we'll lock in some profits. So now we got 3 micros going. ES is taking that level. So we'll just be very careful. I'm watching price and see. So yeah, now we're hitting liquidity. Still could be a range day. In 20 seconds on this candle, we'll see if we close above or if we still keep that close below.
Sweep ES buyers. Sweep ES buyers. Absorption ES sellers. Absorption ES sellers.
So we're still to close above. Oh,
Sweep and Q sellers. Stop and Q sell.
What happened? Bookmap, iceberg. 10 seconds. We'll see how this candle closes. Just a bunch of absorption on NQ. I closed it out. Figure we can come back to our opening range if we want. almost 10. So it's 1 minute here. See if we have any 5 minutes yet. Yeah, we do. We have a 5 minute here. Oops, it's actually here. Let's take a look here. Another 5 minute. So now I've taken this liquidity, I can delete this. Very tiny 1 minute. Could have just pumped from here. And Q just took this. Just pre-market. It all sounds so quiet. Okay, we have spoofing, 60, 60. Huge volume node. Orders all sitting there. Actually, sorry, I don't know if it's spoofing, but 60, 60. That level doesn't look like an algo level. That white line is, there's no white line. Okay, coming back, there's a 3 minute there. And a 5 minute, which we're tapping into. Okay, I'm gonna draw the 5 minute. Oh wow, look at those wicks. Right. Okay, this candle just started. So really already you can tell price is bullish here, but not so much here. Because we're having SMT, so as NQ comes down, ES holds that level. But we've got VWAP here.
Absorption NQ sellers. Stop NQ buy. Absorption NQ sellers.
So just watching. Let's see what that 3-minute looked like. Yeah, we never actually closed below. Okay, now we sweep liquidity. We form a 1 minute. I actually have 2 1 minutes. However, if we're gonna bounce at VWAP. Buyer absorption. So sellers are coming down.
Why'd I say I'd man the grill?
Buyers
Man
are
things.
absorbing.
Here's the plan. I move
And I
burgers,
fucking hate
buns.
this commercial. Shut the fuck up. Very strong candle, especially after these. Wait a second. Right dogs. This really looks like a long. Yeah. Retrace back into a 1 minute fair value gap. Just not seeing any plus entries. We never came back for this. I mean, this one here was pretty solid, but what did we sweep? Let's see what Donji did. Looks like nothing. He hasn't taken many trades this week. Instead, it looks like he's learning guitar. Which I guess if you get to this point in the game, then that's what life is all about. Hi, Odie.
Little baby Odie with the cone of shame.
I think that realistically what I need to get better at doing is entering with a plan and exiting with the plan, because I exit with my stop loss, but I have a plan for TP, and then as we get there I change it. So what's price done today? We dumped, swept, delivered. Now we pulled back. So I guess we're forming a little trend line here. Not really. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. So I could delete this level in just a second. Actually, I'll just do it now. So which one is this? This is our morning liquidity. But it's also this liquidity here. So the next one we have is all the way up here. Okay, 65, 102 orders. Heat above.
Iceberg and Q sell.
So we can delete this now. Let's take a look on a couple other time frames. Alright, let's check the phone.
Iceberg and Q sell.
We already closed above that. Well, maybe not, because I front ran it. So take the 65 level here. It really just looks like it wants to go long. We'll wait till 65. We got some heat now on NQ, and that's just forming after that high. I don't think we've seen a sell day for a while. Last week it was predicted based on edgeful data that we would have a red week. However, the week was pretty green. Pretty sure every day our daily candle was pretty green. There's just so many tools, and in order to be good at this, you think you need all the tools, but hit 65? Yeah, we did. Those orders are still there though. There we go. Oh, you see all those orders that come on the books as that pump happens? Okay, now we wait.
Iceberg and Q cell.
How big? 75. Have a bunch of buy icebergs around it though. Yeah, look. Buy.
Iceberg and Q cell.
Small sell. Okay, it's up to 136. This is our morning session high. It says 149 here, but I'm not seeing any heat. NQ is pretty hot, just above, like
Iceberg and Q cell.
somewhere here. No, above and below now. 37 here and here. And I sit here and I feel like I'm not doing enough because I'm not taking any trades, but
Stop and Q buy.
really no setups. We didn't bounce off the just here, but that was more VWAP, that opening range. And then we didn't have any IFVGs other than the 3 minute that I took. Let's see. Yeah, we just inversed this 3 minute. Alright, well, I feel like that's the end of the session for me. My trading friend bought a Porsche. I don't know if it's just from his trading funds. He sounds like he has a business, but he was telling me he didn't tell anybody. So I'm grateful he told me because that's pretty exciting news. I think he only trades off Bookmap. Here. He doesn't like the candlesticks. He uses the volume and the momentum. We can't chart this. So 3 minute. Alright, I was writing my notes, so one thing I noticed is that every time I cancel my order, it goes to my take profit. There's not many times that I've canceled it and saved myself a loss. Alright, so 60, 70. Huge orders. Going for it. Still there. They're all still there. So we really flipped.
Iceberg and Q sell. Absorption and Q sellers.
Okay, let's see. Oh, we're eating into
Iceberg
it now.
and Q sell.
Small. Still there. Order's still there. Looks like we're trading right into that level, but the orders aren't filling. It's lots of sell orders. Still trading into it. I still see the 550 there. Sorry, 450. $450, still there, still there. Oh, it's an algo order. I can see the white line. That's why NQ is moving so slow. It's on the 3-minute. Still there. Feel like we're above that price now.
Sweep ES buyers. Sweep ES
Okay,
buyers.
now they're going.
Stop and Q buy. Absorption ES sellers. Absorption ES sellers.
Very interesting. All right, well, pretty choppy action. While we had a nice move up, we didn't tap back into this. We had the IFVG here. However, wasn't really one that I liked. We were so in between VWAP, and we when we inversed it, we didn't come back for it. So we took one trade on NQ, a very nice trade. We are only sim, just focusing on my process. And thank you for joining me, and I'll be back tomorrow. Bye. Hopefully I don't do any degenerate shit in the meantime. However, I don't have any accounts to trade. Just one account that's like $200 from being blown. But that's all my own fault of taking trades, not taking my profits, hitting break even, sending another trade, taking a loss, and just over and over
Iceberg
and
and
over.
QCell.
Alright, thank you for listening. See you tomorrow! Yes, I do trade the bank holidays. I don't actually trade them, but I sit and watch in case there's a setup because I've noticed over time that a lot of times the bank holidays tend to be trend days. And when I've looked back over the sessions, then we actually have nice moves. So